What's in the box?
Treasure.
Can I see it?
It's just random shite. It's nothing special.
I like random shite.
So, that here, that's The Undertaker. My favourite wrestler. Ever. And that's me and me brother. A lot of wrestling matches had in that living room. Battered the shit out of each other.
Well, that one there, is that you as a cowboy?
Yeah. Yeah. When I was 6, my brother, he treated my ma to a weekend away. And it was just me and my dad in the house. It was like the first time we looked at each other. We never done a lot together. So he asked me what did I want to do. And 2 things that I loved the most when I was 6 was cowboys and penguins. So I said I want to go to the zoo. And I went in my cowboy costume. And there I was with my hat, my gun, and my holster. And I was watching the fucking penguins. It was the perfect day. Then he said he was going to get us 2 ice creams. That I'd be back in a minute. A minute turned into 10. 10 turned into an hour. I managed to get home anyway. Bus driver said, "So long, cowboy." Get a tip of the hat. See you later. Got into the house and I just waited for him. So I locked myself in the bathroom for 2 days. He never came back.
Do you still miss him?
Nah. Fuck him.
I can't make you smile. I feel I do it and then it vanishes.
Anger always comes to the foreground.
Definitely with you. I didn't mean to hurt you.
You haven't hurt me.
Yes, I have. I can tell. When you're moved, you do that with your hand.
Really?
Yes. And when you're frustrated, you bite your lips. And when you're annoyed, you don't blink.
You know it all.
Forgive me. I'd hate to be in your place.
We are in the exact same place. The exact same place. Come here. Step closer. Look. If you look at me, Who do I look at? When you don't know what to say, you touch your forehead. When you lose control, you raise your eyebrows. And when you're troubled, you breathe through your mouth.
I've been looking at places for holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Puerto Vallarta. They have the best hotels. Look, the Grand Miramar Resort and Spa. You can drink right in the pool. What about Florida?
Can you just put that down just for a few seconds?
Or there's Costa Rica?
Jennifer, just put it down. Look, I need to come clean about something.
What?
You know my brother, yeah, he's in the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the people that work in this program, I mean, they don't know what they're doing. They haven't got a clue.
Costa Rica's only 4 hours.
Can you just please put it down for 2 seconds and just listen to what I have to say? Something's after happening, okay? And I don't know exactly what. But my brother's in trouble. Some guy, one of the workers, must have fucking pissed him off or something because he lashed out on him and he really hurt the guy. This guy is pressing charges and my brother's been arrested. He's in jail.
Oh my God.
I'm just a little short on the bail money right now.
How short are you?
Like a few thousand, maybe. I was hoping that maybe your mom's credit card would, cover the rest of the bail.
Oh.
Look, it's just a temporary loan. You'll get it straight back. Like, we just need to bring it to court, and if it goes, any judge is going to dismiss this. It's just to get him out.
Yeah, and then the trip we'll just have to go after.
Seriously? The trip? After everything I've just said to you?
No, I'm thinking about your brother too.
It must be weird me asking you out. But I wanted to ask you a question. That bag that I saw you with earlier, where did you get it?
Why do you ask?
Just is very elegant. I want to get one for my wife.
You're very good to your wife, Mr. Brown.
Not really. But it's her birthday coming up in some days, and I don't know what to get her, so. I was wondering, would you be able to buy one for me to give to her?
I don't think she'd want the exact same one.
You're right, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Do they come in other colors?
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my husband.
Why?
Well, he bought it for me on a business trip abroad, so.
Never mind, so.
I wanted to ask you something, actually.
What?
Where did you get your tie?
My tie? I don't know. My wife buys all my ties.
Really?
Yeah. She actually got this one on a business trip abroad.
What a coincidence. You know, my husband actually has the same tie. He told me his boss got it for him as a gift, so he wears it every day.
And my wife has a bag just like yours.
What are you getting at? I thought I was the only one who knew.
What did you say to them?
I said he was pretty good, except sometimes he goes in and out.
John, the man has dementia.
I know, but they only have beds for people who are more independent, and I thought if we could just get him in there.
You're wasting our time on fantasies.
She said she put him on one of the waiting lists. I mean, Jesus, I'm just doing it for Dad.
Okay, Dad's situation is fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with Dad's situation, but he's never going to adjust to it if you just keep yanking him out of there. Actually, this whole upward mobility fixation of yours is counterproductive and frankly quite selfish.
Selfish.
This isn't about Dad, okay? This is about you and your guilt, okay? That's what these places prey upon.
I just think it's nicer here.
Of course you do. You're the guilty demographic. You're the consumer that they're trying to target. Do you think all this landscaping and like neighbourhoods of care is for the residents? It's for the relatives, like you and me, who don't want to admit what's really going on here. John, people are dying right here, right now, right inside this beautiful building, and it's a fucking horror show, okay? All this landscaping and wellness propaganda is just trying to obscure us from the miserable fact that people die and death is gaseous and gruesome and filled with piss and shit and like rot and stink.
It's gone. Talk to
I don't have the photographs.
What photographs?
Don't be disappointing. We won't know why you're here. Much as I would love to believe it's just to see me.
Sheridan's family don't know the details of his death.
That might be, but as a reporter, I'm only interested in one thing, the truth.
You think the truth is always the best idea? How would you feel if you saw a picture of your brother's severed head in a Sunday newspaper?
You are not here representing the interests of the Sheridan family.
He has 3 sisters, Martha. The youngest is Elaine. She's 9 years old. If she were ever to see that photo.
Then I'll use the other ones. They don't identify Sheridan, but they make the same point.
Can I have the film, please?
Or what?
I'm asking politely. Out there is no place for a woman right now. I'd hate to see it get hurt.
Do you know what I finally realized?
What's that?
The distance between what is said and what is meant when a gentleman opens his mouth. Threatening me.
While you're out there chasing your Pulitzer, you're fucking with people's lives.
This is a war. Okay, your people would have us call it something else, a little local difficulty. But this reporter says otherwise. My duty is to show people the reality of this conflict.
It's my duty to protect people from the reality of this conflict. The greater good sometimes means telling the truth isn't always the right thing to do. And you're much too intelligent to pretend that you think otherwise.
Do give my condolences to the Ciaran family.
What else? And the miracle grows made a big difference. Who knew grass could be that green? I mean, it actually looks artificial. It's that shiny.
Are you not going to say anything?
Don't have anything to say.
Then why did you come?
Because it's your birthday, Piper. Have I ever missed your birthday? Sorry, I can't just sit here and make small talk.
You don't have to. I'm not sizist. You can talk big, you can talk medium.
You're 27, and you're getting further and further behind in life. I'm just frustrated that we can't seem to help you.
Maybe this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. Maybe this right now is making me a better person. I'm learning more Spanish and I can fix things. I'm a part of a community. I have a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend that I love. So there.
Saw that coming.
So does that mean you're officially
It means that I officially have a girlfriend, Bill.
Dear God.
You know, I find myself saying that phrase too a lot, but with a different inflection. And breathier. Dear God. Dear God.
Happy birthday.
One, two, three, four, boom. Do 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 do. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. You, I leave it all. Do 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 do.
Lads, excuse me. I'm trying to run a family restaurant here.
Gastropub.
Yeah, you might like this sort of a thing. You might think it's funny. I think it's extremely offensive. Not to mention it's against the law.
But let's not get into the legality of this.
I've had a table leave before their mains, and they're refusing to pay the bill, all because of the noise.
Yeah, okay, look, we're sorry. All right? We're all very, very sorry.
I think you should leave.
Look, most of us went to boarding school, so we don't really know any women.
I would like for you to leave.
Right, how much was the bill? For the table who left? How much?
€100 by the end of the night.
And we're spending what here tonight?
3.5 grand. But it's not about the money. These are my customers.
All right, a gesture of goodwill then. We'll call it 150. Yeah? Let's say they were going to order another bottle. We wouldn't want you to be out of pocket now, would we?
So this is what they teach you in boarding school?
Actually, yes, it is.
People like you think you can buy your way out of anything, don't you? You just think that the whole world revolves...
Oh, no, I know. You're all torn up inside because you think you don't like me. Yeah? Well, I've got news for you. You fucking love me. You'd actually like to be me. You just can't quite admit that to yourself, can you? Where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4.
How'd you find me?
It's a brothel, Joe. Where else do boys go to sulk when their girlfriend's cheating them?
So you're finally admitting it?
No. I told you when we met I'd never lie to you.
You didn't answer the question.
Yeah, and I also said you either believe me or you don't.
You're starting to sound like your old man.
Yeah, well, I'm not my old man.
Well, then stop acting like him.
Yeah, I'm not.
What do you want here, Sarah?
You know my dad went to jail for something he didn't do. Ever since that day, I swore I would hunt down the fucker who should have taken his place. Who should have lost the years that he lost. Who should have taken the beatings that he took. 5 years. 5 years I've been doing the job the cops refused to do. I've been slowly reeling him in until last week. And I had him. I had him, Joe. And then I realised it won't change anything. All those years we lost would still be lost. So when we went back to his room, I just spiked his drink and slipped out. We all make mistakes, Joe. Character is determined by how we repair it. Oh. You stink of booze.
You know, I never...
Yeah, I know.
Milk, sugar, coffee. Got some pastries too.
Splendid.
Splendid. Here you go.
Excuse me, what is this?
Splendid.
No, that's not Splenda. That's Canderel. See? Canderel red, Splenda yellow. It's not the same thing, is it?
I think they might contain the...
What Canderel contains is not my concern here. I don't care if it has fairy dust in it. What I am concerned with is detail. I asked you to go get me a packet of Splenda, and you bring me back Canderel. That isn't what I asked for. That isn't what I wanted. And that isn't what I needed. And that shit isn't going to work around here.
I just thought they were the same.
You thought? Look, I know it's your first day and you're not really too sure how things work around here. So I'll tell you. You have no brain. No judgment calls are necessary. What you think means nothing. What you feel means even less. You are here for me. You are here to protect my interests and serve my needs. So while it may seem like a little thing to you, when I ask for a fucking packet of Splenda, that's what I fucking want. Am I clear?
Yes, miss.
I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm trying to help you. Because if you do this job right, you can do anything you want in this town. I mean, look at Rex here. He's a VP. I mean, if I can get Dog Boy a job, you're gonna do just fine.
Okay, Sinead, do you want to just run me through what you remember from before the incident?
Yeah, I just heard her cries for help downstairs. That's about all. And then I went downstairs and all those other people were there. So I just stood around waiting, you know how people do. And then your colleagues arrived and I came back upstairs and that's all, I think. I didn't actually see anything useful, I don't think.
All right, well, did you hear anything before the cries for help?
No, not that I can recall. I was asleep.
Okay, and have you seen anyone or anything suspicious in the area in the last few days?
No, not really. Sorry.
Well, if you do, you'll let us know.
Of course.
And the other 3 people living here? Did they hear anything?
There's only 2 other people living in this apartment.
2? We were under the impression that there were 4 people living here in total. Not always, obviously, but 4 now.
No, 3. Who said there was 4?
How strange. Unsatisfactory to receive misleading information. 3, are you sure?
Yes, absolutely. 3, so.
Well, okay. And did they hear anything?
No, they were asleep. I don't even think they woke up.
Okay. And why do you think you woke up and they didn't?
Dunno. Maybe I'm a light sleeper. Oh my, oh God, sorry. Oh, the bubbles went down the wrong way. Sorry.
I know it's late, I'm sorry. When I left the hospital, I didn't know where to go.
Are you happy with the doctors?
I don't know. They seem to be taking care of him.
Is he okay?
He's grey and weak. I guess a heart attack will do that to you.
I'm sorry. He's a friend of yours, isn't he?
What's the difference?
You don't want to lose him? What good is that going to do?
I don't know.
You're exhausted. You just need sleep, that's all.
Stop looking at me like that.
Why?
I just feel like you're looking right through me. I don't like feeling like this.
No one does.
I remember the first time I was at Paul Bear. I must have been 15. It was my sister.
I remember thinking they let him carry the box. They let me be this close to it. And I thought, they're hiding nothing from me anymore. Then I looked over and I saw the old people standing there. I thought everything's changed and...
I've never heard you talk that much before.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. You can talk to me about it.
I'm scared. I don't want people to think I'm weak.
You're not weak. It'll be okay.
It kind of feels like I've got indigestion. Like it actually feels like I have indigestion. Like it actually makes me angry. You know? That I feel like that. Because it's so fucking pathetic. Like I'm a grown man. I look at you and I see you and you can do it. And you're amazing. I just can't understand why I can't.
Do you know your lock thing?
Yeah.
You know, where you write about people coming out?
Yeah.
I just wondered why.
It's like everyone's got their own story, don't they? It's like a gay rite of passage.
But you don't.
I suppose so.
Do you ever think of finding your parents?
I don't really see the point. I don't think it would change anything.
What if I pretend to be your dad and you could come out to me?
That would be weird.
Just ignore the fact that we just had sex, okay?
I don't think I can.
Well, just try it.
Okay, Dad. There's something that I need to tell you.
What's that now, son?
I'm gay. I like guys, not girls.
Do you want to know what, son? It doesn't matter to me, okay? And you want to know something else? I couldn't be more proud of you than if you were the first man on the moon. That wasn't so hard now, was it?
No.
Sorry, do you know where the girl with the suitcase is?
She's just over there.
Thank you. I should have told you I was writing about us, and that was wrong, and I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to process everything that happened with Tank. And I know that was hard on you too, but we're going to get through this.
This isn't about that. I mean, we've been disconnected for months. I mean, we're not even interested in the same things.
What's happening here? Emmett, I flew all the way out here to make it work.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have to try. It should just work.
You've been begging me for months to come out here, and now I can.
And now it's too late now.
What are you saying, that we lost our window?
Yeah. No, maybe, I don't know.
You just want to blame the past for everything. And you know what? I'm tired of it, so if you don't want me to move out here, then you need to say it.
I don't want you to move out here. It's too much pressure. You here every night, no friends, no job.
I'll get a job. I'll make friends.
If you were here every night, I'd run home to you. And I need to focus on school, like really focus. Set myself up for the rest of my life.
And I'm gonna stop you?
I mean, maybe if you'd come out after graduation.
After graduation. It's because of that girl, isn't it?
No.
I waited for you. I waited for you to come back to me, to talk through what had happened, and I give you your space, and you just disconnected. You moved on without telling me.
No, I didn't know how I felt until I actually saw you.
What happened to you? I'll always come find you. What happened to every single thing that you have ever said to me?
Where the hell have you been?
God, Eddie, what are you doing in my room?
I've been waiting since 6 o'clock last night to hear from you. I've been worried sick. Buddy's been crying all night. I finally had to come in here so he'd calm down.
I'm sorry. I guess I just didn't think.
No, you didn't. And there's such a thing as a phone, you know? This is a big city, things happen.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was thoughtless, really. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just forget it. So I guess you patched things up with Sam.
Yeah. But I made him suffer.
Is that an engagement ring?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Really nice. I'm sure you'll be very happy. You'll be very happy and I'll be alone.
No. Wait, come on. Wait a minute. You'll find someone, Henny. I mean, God. If I can.
Why don't you look in the mirror? You're in a different league. You have this great personality, this great style. You're always gonna find someone. You'd have to be stupid to think you wouldn't.
I'm sure everything will work out just fine.
Yeah. I'm sure it will.
What are you doing in the women's toilets, Bruce?
Oh, fuck off, Drummond. It's none of your fucking business.
What are you doing in the women's toilets? I'm worried about you.
So you're worried about me, yeah?
What?
Just give in their instincts.
Oh my God. You're pathetic. You're an alcoholic.
Oh, fuck off.
You're the kind of sad case that preys on weak women in order to boost your own shattered ego. What about the Christmas party with Corin the other night? She was wasted.
She shouldn't have drank then, should she? She wanted a drink, so she had one. She wanted a ride, so she fucking had one of them as well. So don't you talk to me like I'm a fucking rapist. Why are you so obsessed with her anyway? You a lesbian?
No, Bruce. I have a boyfriend. And he's far, far better endowed than you are.
What did you fucking say?
Come on. Fucking hit me, Bruce.
I wasn't gonna hit you. Jesus Christ, I wasn't gonna hit you. I wasn't gonna hit you.
As your colleague and a human being, I'm telling you, Bruce, you need help.
I used to be good at this job, Amanda. I used to be a good person.
Yeah, I heard that. Have you got a wife, Bruce?
I think my family have left me. And I don't know why. And I can't remember why. There's something wrong with me, Amanda. There's something seriously wrong with me.
Have you spoken to anyone? Have you been to see a doctor?
Yeah. No. I don't know.
Hello.
Hey, Izzy.
Hi, Will.
Hi.
I just had a meeting with Tim Davey.
Tim Davey.
Yeah, it's about the whole Hugh Grant thing.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, crap.
No, it's okay. It's actually gone away.
No way.
Turns out David Attenborough knows him through the whole worldwide wildlife thing.
What? That's so weird.
Yeah, it is a bit. He called him.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I ask you something? Just the first thing that I thought when they told me was, were you involved in this in some way? Sorry.
Yeah, no. Say again?
I know it's a bit mad, but did you have something to do with this, Will? Hello?
Yeah, no.
What? Did you?
Yeah, crap.
Right.
No. He's just such a cool guy, you know?
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Crap, yeah.
I honestly thought one of us would have to resign by the end of today. Why didn't you say anything?
Yeah, I know. Crap.
But wow, it's quite a big deal.
Yeah, I know. It's...
Okay, cool. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, me too.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Cool.
What happened to your sister?
My dad had a nationwide hunt. Mum just sort of gave up. Now I sit outside the place my sister disappeared from. At least I don't have cancer there. You don't have cancer, do you?
Well, if I'm healthy right now, it's just because my drug regime is experimental, so.
JJ, I'm a professional liar. You're not even a competent one.
It just came out, and once it did, I couldn't.
You lied about cancer. That's like denying the Holocaust or defending slavery. You're a racist. You really wanted to jump, though, right? Or is our pact built on lies?
I wanted to jump. I didn't mean to lie. Just cancer seemed easier.
You're a strange guy, JJ.
Look, Swifts. You know my favorite thing about them? They nest on the wing. So from the moment they leave their birthplace, they don't come down for 2 years. Not till they're ready to make baby Swifts.
You wanted to kill yourself because you're a bird watcher. That I understand. How long till suicide day?
Valentine's. Not so long.
Hey, don't come down.
No, they don't. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Hey, you know, I think you should come to my play tomorrow night. That is the address.
I'm going to destroy your play.
Okay. But you haven't even seen it.
I know, I don't have to. Tomorrow night, after your opening night, I'm going to hand in the worst review anyone has ever read.
And why exactly would you do that?
I know how hard actors work. The struggles they go through to get their plays up. And you think, just because you got some money from Daddy, that you can just be so privileged that you can start right at the top. I don't think so.
You know, I always ask myself, what has to happen in somebody's life for them to be ending up as a critic? Huh? Hey, what you writing?
I will call the police.
No, you're not gonna call the police, okay? Let's read your review. Callow is a label. Lackluster, another label. Margina, label. They're all just labels, okay? Do you even know what this is? Huh? No, you don't, do you? Because you can't see it if you don't label it.
Are you finished?
No, I'm not fucking finished. Look at this. There's nothing about technique, nothing about structure, nothing about intention. This is all just crappy opinions backed up by crappy comparisons. And you're nothing yourself, okay? Nothing. Nothing. I'm an actor. And this play cost me everything. So you can take your cowardly, malicious, shittily written reviews and shove them up your tight ass.
You're no actor. You just want to be famous. You've achieved nothing.
Did you get some rest? Did you? Yeah. I rang my son, did some stuff. How is he? Is he good? Yeah. You don't have kids yet, right? No. No, not yet. Yeah, you'll see. It's cool. So, I know how riot guns work. And I can shoot one by accident. So what happened? I fucked up. I knew it was gonna happen. I've been worked up the last while, and then with all those kids screaming, I just... It's their fault. We were pushed over the edge by children. You shot him point blank. The kid was handcuffed. You could have killed him. I already said I'm sorry. Yeah, but did you say sorry to him? No, you acted like Chris. Let me tell you something. Today was the worst day of my life. I've been with you 2 less than 24 hours. You're that idiot, Chris.
So you just got here and you're giving us lessons now? Have you seen the night team? They have to gear up like Rambo. If we weren't like that, we'd be eaten alive. We're the only ones that they somewhat respect.
What respect? They're afraid of you.
I grew up here too. You just got here. This is our life.
Just, you know what? You can keep it. Do what you have to do.
You do realise how disturbing it is that you can just compartmentalise to such a degree that you can casually abuse me while eating cereal?
Abuse you?
Verbally abuse me.
Thanks for the clarification. That's kind of an important one, but verbally abuse you? Give me a fucking break.
Well, if you're gonna treat me like I'm crazy, at least have the decency to do it without casually eating cereal. Like, how does that even work? Is it just like, oh, what a cunt? I wonder if we have any more cereal. What a cunt. It's delicious, what a cunt.
You can say whatever you want, Marie. You can get pissed off, but Jessica is not based on you.
Jessica is a 20-year-old drug addict trying to get clean.
But she's not based on you. She's an amalgamation of a lot of different people.
What people?
I don't know. My cousin. It's a lot of different people.
I just feel like when you know someone is there for you, when you know that somebody loves you, you just never think about them again.
That's not true.
And when you're about to lose somebody, that's when you finally start paying attention.
Is that what this is? Is that what you're threatening, that if I don't apologize, I'm going to lose you?
I'm not looking for an apology.
Then what?
The film's beautiful. And I'm really proud of you. But I'm just curious about one thing. Do you think it would still be as good as it is if we weren't together?
No.
That's all I wish he'd said.
Great. Are we no longer fighting?
That depends on whether you can manage to not say something hurtful for the rest of the night.
I'm not that bad.
Are we being listened to?
What's the difference?
Who knows?
No, we're not.
So you're not here to interrogate me?
No.
Liar. Do you believe in evil?
I have to. I've seen it.
Me? So what's happening with your girlfriend? Has she left you? Is there someone else involved?
I'm not here to discuss that.
Is he handsome?
If you like that sort of thing, I guess.
Are you hurting?
You can never understand love. It's not your fault, though. You can mimic it, and you can recognize in other people. But you'll never be able to understand love.
Did you come here for sex?
No.
Then why?
Why? Because I know you kept the gun. And I'm gonna find it.
And why would I do that?
Because keeping that gun was a compulsion. It's that compulsion that makes you weak. You can't seem to understand it. It's that compulsion that'll get you caught.
Are you threatening me? Because honestly, I wouldn't.
Why is that?
Because I'd be hurt and angry.
I'm coming for you.
Not if I come for you first.
So, did you make it to the final?
Yeah, but I got kicked out because I messed everything up.
You don't mess everything up. Anyway, look, that's their loss. I have to head here. I'm going to meet Jenny, so I'll chat to you later. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry that I lost Elsie earlier.
Yeah, you're a pretty shit babysitter.
Yeah, I know that. Right, I'll chat to you later.
Yeah, I'll
Right,
see
see
you.
you later.
Dan,
Yeah?
I messed it up with you.
What?
There was this moment last year where I thought maybe you liked me, and I liked you too, but I got scared and I didn't tell you how I felt, and then you met Jenny. And it's really hard seeing you with her every day.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because it's true. Why do you look angry?
Because, Maeve, you can't just... This isn't fair. Look, I liked you. I really, really liked you. I fucking turned myself inside out liking you.
You did like me.
Yes, of course I did. And now you're saying that you felt the same way.
Yeah. I was confused.
Yeah, well, I have a girlfriend.
I know. But
Maeve, I made myself get over you. And now everything's fine. Everything's normal. Everything's great. I have to head. I'll chat to you later on.
I'll be quite honest with you. I'm torn between breaking your neck here and throwing you down the stairs. Do you have any idea what it's like in jail? Of course you don't. Tell me, did it give you pleasure to think of me inside?
No.
But you've done nothing about it.
No.
Do you think I assaulted your cousin?
No.
Did you think it then?
Yeah. Yes and no. I wasn't sure.
What has you so certain now?
Growing up,
Growing up?
I was 13.
How old do you have to be before you know the difference between right and wrong? Do you have to be 18 before you can own up to a lie? There are soldiers of 16 old enough to be able to be left on the side of the road to die. Did you know that?
Yes.
5 years ago, you didn't give a damn about telling the truth. You and all your family. You just assumed that for all my education, I was still little better than a servant, still not to be trusted. Thanks to you, they were able to close ranks and feed me to the fucking wolves! You will go to your parents as soon as you can and tell them everything they need to know to be convinced that your evidence was a lie. You go to a solicitor, make a statement, have it witnessed and signed and send copies to us. Is that clear? Then you write a detailed letter to me explaining everything that led up to you saying you saw me by that lake.
I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I'm sorry for the terrible distress that this has caused you.
Just do what I've asked of you.
I just can't believe you walked into the shop. Maybe it's a sign.
And that would be a sign saying...
That I'm a beautiful present in a box and that he and I should run away and live our lives together.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not into guys.
What?
My guess is that most of them would hate that gift.
Guys don't want a drunk pregnant girl in the box.
Unless they're a serial killer.
Maybe I want to tell him.
No. Why?
Maybe...
Why? You don't. You don't know this guy. You don't owe him anything.
Maybe he deserves to know, like, that this thing happened and that... Obviously, I'm not a psycho, I'm going to get an abortion, but if I made somebody pregnant, I think I would want to know.
Yeah, well, if you got somebody pregnant, probably every newspaper in the world would want to know.
I know, right?
Yeah, so let's stop making jokes. Why?
Maybe he'd want to come...
What? You are the one... No. You are the one who needs to get this procedure. You need to pay for it. Do you think that if he was pregnant, he would be thinking about you right now? Do you? Come on. God damn it, we already live in a patriarchal society where weird old white men in robes legislate us, okay? So you just need to be thinking about yourself. And why are you looking at me like that, you little bitch?
Oh, everything you're saying is valid. It's just scaring me.
Yeah, well, I'm exhausted now.
Does it hurt?
No. Except for some cramps afterwards, but they feel just like period pains.
How often do you think about it?
Sometimes. Yeah, once in a while. And then I think about my little teenage self. And I get really sad. But I never regret it.
Rachel, what are you doing here?
Did you forget what today was?
What's today?
Your father's funeral.
Yeah, I know. I'm still going.
We buried him 2 hours ago.
Yeah. I plan on going myself after everything, when everything's done. How's Rita?
Your mother's a wreck. You'd know that if you ever called her.
I know.
Why don't you visit her, Warren?
I don't know. Maybe I don't like feeling worthless.
Do you plan on getting dressed for the day, or is this just your regular morning? What's this? Are you writing again?
It's just doodles.
Show me your prescription bottles, Warren.
Rachel, please don't do that to me.
You know what will happen if you venture into that again, don't you?
I know.
Your dad's not here to protect you anymore, Warren.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Stop pretending like you care.
I do care.
Who do you care about? You don't know me. None of you do. I'm on my own here. You can let her know I'm still not you.
Do you know what you want?
Your name.
Well, you can get that for free. It's Debbie. Deborah.
Like the song.
The back one? Yeah. Except my name is spelled D-E-B-O or A, and I think that's D-E-B-R-A.
I don't know it.
Oh, it goes, I met you at J.C. Penney. I think a name tag, it said Jenny.
Jenny.
Yeah, the song is about this guy who wants to get with this girl called Jenny and her sister, whose name is Deborah. Actually, the song's not really about me, it's more so about the sister. My sister's name is Mary, actually. She's got all the songs. I only have one.
2.
Well, what's the other one?
Deborah.
Who by?
T-Rex.
Oh my God, T-Rex, I know them, but I've never heard of that song. How does it go?
Deborah-da-be-da, Deborah-da-be-da.
I like it so far.
Oh, Deborah, always look like a zebra.
A zebra?
A zebra.
Oh, well, hey, I am black and white, so I guess you can call me Debra.
I have it on here.
What's your name?
Baby.
Baby. B-A-B-Y, like baby.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess then you have us all beaten. Every song is about you.
I guess.
So what can I get you?